I find it so interesting how capitalism has people doing anything for a bag. Anything. Just anything. Anything. Chasing money. Money, 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 money. Fame, virality, validation. That we forget why we are here. We're here to learn about ourselves. That's it. You learn about yourself and then you close the circle by teaching others about what you've learned. That's it. Your job is to observe because nothing in this world matters if we learned nothing. Nothing matters. In Ecclesiastes in the Bible, there's a preacher who talked about vanity upon vanity, everything is vain. I think it was someone who became wealthy, something like that. And I'm grateful to God Almighty that through God Almighty who strengthens me, that I didn't have to be very wealthy to understand that truly nothing really matters. It's not about the books you write. It's not about the musics you make. It's not about the content you create. Shout out to all the content creators out there, myself included. I am a content creator. And I see how everybody, a lot of people, not, I don't want to say everybody, is just doing anything just to go viral. And I understand, get your money. A lot of people are struggling. You gotta do what you gotta do, you gotta pay bills. I'm not a capitalist. I do understand what the algorithm wants. I see what videos that I put out that go viral, but I don't, I don't want to be controlled by the algorithm. It's very important to me that I create things from my soul. If not, what's the point? What is the point of creating content that don't come from my soul? What's the point of writing a book that you didn't write? AI wrote it. You paid someone to write it. What's the point of creating music that you didn't write? You didn't create it. The music has so much makeup on it. You know what I'm saying? What's the point of all of this if it is not really you giving your essence back? And the preacher said in Ecclesiastes, all the books that are written, something along that line, all the things, it's all vain. Nothing truly matters. And capitalism has us running a rat race that we forget what truly matters. We're here to learn about ourselves. Think about this life, the journey as prerequisite to what's to come. It's hard, but it's necessary for what's to come. Because what's to come once we pass this place, once we get out of this place, eyes have not seen nor ears heard what God has in store for us. And mind you, God is a placeholder name for what we cannot comprehend, okay? And what is to come is something that we cannot even comprehend because we're too human, too fallible to even begin to conceptualize what is to come. But this is a necessary step. Here, we're supposed to learn about ourselves and kill the ego because humility is the only way to get out of here. Humility, that's it. Like, that's literally it. And I've broken that down before in the past why that is using quantum physics because the ego does not understand humility. Like, it's impossible for it to understand humility. It does not know what that is. Think about a word that you've never heard of before. Or, matter of fact, not even a word. Think about something that does not exist in this realm. Like, literally something that cannot exist in this realm. You can't even think about it. Or think about a color that you've never heard of before. Try to imagine that color. Like, just make up a random name about a color and try to imagine that color. Your mind will always revert to something that maybe like a red or one of the primary colors. So that's what humility is to the ego or the devil. It does not understand humility. So in order for you to kill it, you have to trick it with humility. That's what will starve it out. And that's when the rapture will be, ignited or activated. That's how you get out of here. And because where we're going to from here, for where our souls are going to journeying to, there is no ego. And in that place or reality or whatever you want to call it, noumena, we will be operating at our full consciousness, 100% of our consciousness. I believe that humans right now, we operate on less than 1% of our consciousness. And even at that, the ego eats it up. And we forget. Capitalism helps, not even helps us, dims us down so much that we forget the point of this journey. Learn and teach. You consume and create. Consume and create. You do it in your body when you eat, and then you excrete. You do it in your mind when you consume knowledge, and then you have to give back. Because everything you've learned in this life has been given to you by this realm. You were not born with the knowledge of how to talk, how to walk, how to do anything. You had to learn. Now you must give back. But capitalism has us running around in rat race, doing all kinds of shit. You have people creating contents, not just online contents, that are not from the soul. They're disingenuous, they're performative, like manipulatively performative, not just, I'm a performer too, but like your heart is not there. You're not giving back. It's disingenuous. Imagine someone giving you something with expectation to receive something in return. They're not giving it to you wholeheartedly. No, they're doing it because there's something in it for them. Then why do we create like that? We miss the point of this journey. Just observe. And it's so interesting how I feel always aware at all times. Like I just observe. Like I've said, I've played a spy all my life. I played a spy all of my life. I think also because of my looks. I think my looks has helped me. I my looks is within the, I call it the Goldilocks habitable zone share. Like I'm not a 10 out of 10, but I'm also not a 0 out of 10. Like if I looked a certain type of way, people would turn me down. Or if I looked too good, all eyes on me, and I won't be able to blend in. But I think because of all, like the entire combination of my physique, I'm able to blend in certain spaces and just observe. Just observe. I've had people think I'm cool just because I'm black, or because I have a relatively okay body, I'm fuckable, quote unquote, what I'm saying? People show me grace, show me mercy and whatnot. But I'm also just observing. I wouldn't get the opportunity to observe if I was overweight or if I was of a different ethnicity or gender or sexual orientation or whatever. People who assume that I'm straight, for example, I just get to observe how bigoted some people can be. Like, how someone can claim to be woke and Jesus and this and that, but you're just so homophobic, and you have the audacity to say those things to me because you think, oh yeah, real man, that's what we do, not fuck those people. It's so cool. I just observe, and you have to humanize these people, of course, because their ego will fight, but you just observe and just observe and just consume all of that. And I think this is what a lot of people miss out on in this rat race. This rat race. There's so much noise in this world, and the noise just cloud out your not even judgment, but like your ability to perceive, to live here in the moment, and just observe and just perceive, just look, listen, smell, touch it, feel it, here now. This is it. This is it. This is human. Take it all in. It's not just about money. Yes, of course, get your money, get your coin, get your shit, get your body, mind, and spirit right. Get everything taken care of. But here now, human. Here now, human. This is it. If not, you're going to keep repeating the exact same shit over and over until you get it right. I just wanted to share. Ucha, peace and love.